Welcome back, State of Decay 2 Survivors. Your boy Congrex's Prime, and today we're doing episode 49, almost 50 episodes into my 100-day Lethal Zone difficulty challenge. This is only day 25, and today it is the big move. We're gonna go ahead and move to Providence Ridge. Providence Ridge did win by a landslide. Now, this poll had been running for almost 2 months, and I think by the time this video airs, it'll be well over 2 months. And it's been a long time coming. I gave you guys a lot of time to concede your vote, and everybody has spoken by a landslide that you guys want to see Providence Ridge, and we're gonna do just that. So we are picking the leader, and because we picked the leader, everybody here has a little thing to end the game. We're not going to do that. We're going to go to remove this particular marker, and this is our way out of this particular map. So we're going to take a vehicle, and we're going to do just that, my dudes. We're leaving. We're leaving on a jet plane. And there's still a lot of stuff to loot in this map, but I'm gonna be honest. I need a breath of fresh air, man. I need something new. Like, I feel like I've been recording in this map for what it seems like the better part of the year, and is that sign out of place? Shouldn't that sign be back a little more? Yep. No, we're good. The sign is where it needs to be. All right, let's keep it moving. So I need a breath of fresh air. I need to get out of this map. It was fun when I first got here, but now I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out of this map. I'm ready to see another map, even though where we're going, I'm not terribly fond of. And I can now be at liberty to tell you guys why I'm not fond of this map. For the same reason why I don't like Drucker County. I say, Prime, what do you don't like about Drucker County? What's wrong? What's wrong with Drucker? Well, the same thing that's wrong with this map is wrong with Drucker. And the problem I have with this map, besides zombies jumping on my vehicle while I'm doing 20 miles an hour, is the lack of accessibility. Like, that map is, oh God, really that y'all don't want me to leave? Is that what it is? Y'all blocking the way? Wow, I tell you, the lack of accessibility, almost like this map too. This map has its like quirky areas, like almost like like you're funneled. Or you have to like go a long way around the tree, find different ways to traverse, off-roading, and it just seems like everything's really scattered. And on top of it being scattered, everything's very far away. And there's a lot of spots, what I call dead zones, in this game. Go ahead and somebody take that too. Dead zones in this game. What I mean by dead zone, right, is there's like a vast area, like a plain area in the game where there are no vehicles, there's no roof, there's no obstacles, and that's prime real estate for you to get your behind taken out by a murder pack. That's at the dead zone. So you got circles of trust, and you have dead zones. So that's what I consider a dead zone in this game. When that happens, you can get yourself in a bind. And I think a lot of people lose characters in this game. Like Meager Valley has a lot of dead zones, like a lot of spots where it's just flat and there's nothing. And either, you have the gear to survive or you don't. And at that point, it's either you're good enough to get out of that situation or you're not. And I would say, not that most people can't get out of the situation. I think most people panic in that situation, and they exacerbate the problem. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and confirm. We're gonna leave everything in the same difficulties as we are. We're not resetting the map. We're actually going to Providence Ridge, my dudes. You guys voted it. You guys wanted it. I'm going to give it to you. Now, look at the map. The map right here you see on the right-hand corner. You see how there's like these weird eccentric circles and these weird roads, and there's like a lot of mountains and a lot of things in a way for you to have to traverse either without a vehicle or have to go all the way around, which this map is a huge fuel buster. So if you don't have a good vehicle with decent fuel consumption here, you can drain your fuel pretty quickly here. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and hit that, and we're going to pick, since we have the ability to do that, we're going to pick, why can I pick the fire station? Oh my God, I didn't break down. Okay, we're going to be in a bind now. And I'm going to tell you guys why we're going to be in a bind. Because I wanted the fire station, but it requires you to have 8 people. I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was 6 people. And because we only have 7 people, we can't take it. And also, we need 5,250 influence. And as you guys can see, it says we only have 3,785. Now, where this game kind of does you dirty, that number really upsets me, is that if I break all my outposts before leaving, I will have the influence. And you'll see that when I get this particular base that's over here, I'm going to have the darn influence to have this base. But the game doesn't score it. And I know this is never going to get fixed. So just be aware that if you want and you don't have more than 5,000 something influence, but you have, let's say, 8 outposts or 7 outposts or 6 outposts, or in my case, I have 5, you can break those outposts down, refurbish your influence, and then you'll have enough. And you're going to see right now that when we move, we're going to have more than 5,250 influence. So that part really ticks me off. I want to go ahead and stress that to you guys, that if you're going to make the move to another map and you're doing this challenge, make sure to break down all your outposts to have more than 6,000 influence, and make sure that you have more than 8 people, because obviously for this base we need 8 people, and I forgot about that. It's been a long time. So we're gonna go with the you know, as much as I like why is it not letting me go? There we go. What's not letting me go to the other one? What the there we go. Okay, good. As much as I like Rusty Rosies for a lot of reasons, number one thing is that there's a huge fuel deposit here. There's also, normally there's a fueling station just north of it, just a little bit north of it, and it gives you, man, a lot of gas. You could have an endless supply of fuel here, but this space is a little better because I think the storage capacity for certain items is bigger, and you have slightly more slots to play with. So it's, one of these two, you can't really go wrong. I'm gonna probably go. Why is it not letting me? So you gotta go left to go right. Look, I go left on my thumbstick and right to go back. That is weird. Left, right. Okay. All right, cool. We'll take it. All right. So we're going to go with Rusty Rosies. It does have a AutoWorks already built in, which is kind of cool. And we're going to be able to do special. I don't think we can because we don't have. Nah, you know what? We're not going to be able to because our dude needs to level up, and we're not going to have time for that. So we're going to go with the Western Builders supplies. We're going to go this way. Although it's kind of like not centralized. Man, this is tough. This is a tough decision. I wanted to go here. That's where I wanted to go. That was what I had my mind set on. But since we can't, we'll go in Western Builders. I was going to go to Rusty Rosies, but I just remembered that that's not going to be a very useful thing for us right at this moment. If it is later, we can always move to it. So we'll go ahead and activate that. And that's where we're going to go. We're going to have an issue with water. We're gonna be having issue with power. We're gonna have an issue with a whole bunch of stuff, but we're gonna have to deal with it.
We all have military and tactical training. We'd like to help you if you can afford our services.
Yo, I'm coming to you.
Fair warning, we don't come cheap. We're gonna need some first aid kits, which aren't easy to come by.
Yeah, I have to agree too. That is a pretty dummy idea. All right, so we're still broadcasting, which is kind of cool. We can actually get rid of this because we. Wait a minute, hold on. We don't have programming? Stop playing. Electrical, mechanic, demolition, pathology, munition. Wait a minute, hold on. How were we able to build this? Oh, that's right. One of these characters, I think it's him. He has that built in. Knowledge of electronics. That doesn't make any sense. Bro. Is it knowledge of electronics it's giving us? Yeah, knowledge of electronics is giving us, but he's not a programmer. That's what gives us the ability to build the level 2 command center that we have. I was like, bro, I was confused as hell for a second. So we don't have a way to actually open this, but we're gonna clear it anyway because we have the people. So we'll be clearing that eventually. We're gonna have to do something about these beds. So we're gonna go ahead and build that up, get that going. We're gonna get our Red Talent Workshop going. And one of these is gonna have to become our medical facility. And then we're gonna have probably our solar array here. But I don't think we have enough people to build it, so that's the other issue. We have 4 people. Alright, so we're making mad noise, but it's okay. We'll get things going here. We don't have any water. We don't have any power. We need to build. Oh, wow. I know what I have to build, unfortunately. We might be able to pull this off. Hold on a second. Let's see. Agriculture, electrical. Yeah, we'll be able to pull that off. Okay. I have an idea, my dudes. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a hydroponics probably here. But we need to build a solar array first.
Okay,
And then
I need more personal space around
we
here,
can
like
build
this.
this other thing to get water, so we're going to be good. But as you guys can see, the Red Talent Workshop already comes with passive power, which is kind of good. We can build a lot of things without having to use power. So the next thing I'm going to put here, so we can speed this process up, is that. How many people we have available? 4. We're going to go ahead and line up our solar array. Okay. Get that going. Build the hydroponics here. And I think we should be able to build a, where are you? That. Do you have trade skills? But some requires acknowledge of chemistry, outdoors, and small size. Yeah, we got it. We'll be able to build that. So we're building still. So we'll cover our water, our electricity, and we'll cover our food. So because right now we're gonna be hurting until we build that stuff up. We're still hurting for beds.
I've been blessed to have a lot of
That's okay.
inspiring people in my life.
We can fix this problem as soon
You'd
as
think
we
that
get rid of
made
this
me,
thing.
like, the most inspiring person ever. But instead, I'm the one who's continually inspired by everyone around me. And by you folks out there.
The network
Nice.
makes a good case for looking out for each other.
Alright, so we're building. We can't really do much, so we're gonna go off and do what we gotta do. Who we gotta talk to right here?
We're making it way too easy for the zombies to hear us in here.
Let's see. We don't have enough inventory. We need everything we can do at the risk of fighting. We don't need the help. We're strong enough on our own. Who's this? Who's talking all this noise? You wanna? I disagree.
No way in hell, kid.
I disagree, partner. I want to see what these guys need and want, and we should have. All our cars should have transferred. Yeah, they did. I was about to get
We
upset
should
there.
find a way to get electricity hooked up.
So all our vehicles transferred over. Gonna go ahead and fuel this thing up since we're gonna be traveling. We're gonna repair it up as well. This will be our number 1 vehicle. We only have 3 slots here? Oh snap, that's tough. We only have 3 slots. Alright. So let's fix our vehicles up here. Let's do 2 and 2. And no, we don't need to fuel her up. We're good on fuel. We need to repair her up though. That has to happen. Because this car is in very tragic state right now. Boom. This car is in super tragic state. We're about to fix that problem though. And then we're gonna put some more repair kits on here. Man, that car is so jacked up that repair kit barely did anything to it. That's how jacked up this car was. Alright. So let's go check out these clowns. We should do a little scouting too. These are view boards. This is not gonna help us out. Water tower, that small water tower. Alright, let's go check these guys out. Plenty of fuel. See what they want. If they want repair kits, I'm probably not gonna do it because I don't even think I have enough first aid kits to do it. But let's just check out what they want. See if something feasible. If it's not, then it's not. But you know, we gotta look at what's over here anyway. So
If I take out the nearest plague heart, this should clear up.
wow, we already have plague hearts in this area. Okay, so we're not that far away. We gotta be careful. Well, you know what? We don't have to be careful, but it'll be more efficient for us to get ourselves a radio tower if we can. So these guys are all the way in here. They're deep.
I have another task for you. Details
And
forthcoming.
we need to consider, when we attack these plague cards in this area, the possibility of us not being able to finish what we start. Oh, there's a plague card right here. I can see it. Boom. Got one. Nothing there. Okay, that's good. Okay, there's no plague cards in this area, but that doesn't mean we can't exacerbate a problem. So we gotta be careful how we attack these clowns. Can we talk? No? You look at my brother. Are we bros? Travis Bullock. Yeah, we kind of look like brothers, my dude. Alright, let's see. We need 3 first aid kits if you want my help. See, that's a problem. I don't know if I can.
See you later, man.
I don't think we can help them, unfortunately. Because we don't have it, I don't think. I'm pretty sure. I should have looked. Because I know what they want. How about
Another
you?
day, another dollar.
Learn about you. Construction.
What's up?
Do you have anything to
I
trade?
got some stuff to trade. How about it?
Sounds like a plan.
Nah. We're good. You guys don't even have nothing good to trade. Okay, I feel like I got chipped off there. Ripped off. Hey, dude. Could you go into the stealth position? Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, let's pick it up. Alright, so this was kind of a bust. I don't think we're gonna really be messing with them. And what we need to do is secure this area. We could take an outpost for water, the pumping station, but that's just so costly, man. I mean, if it's a last resort kind of thing, and I have 7 or 8 outpost slots, then I would do it. But considering that I do not, right now I need certain things for us to function. And one of them it's gonna be food. So we need to take a food outpost and make it to level 2 as quickly as we can. So that's what we're gonna be doing first, and then continuing our building of our base. That is not the ideal base for us, but it's what we have to work with. So just kind of getting the feel for the old girl here. And this old map that, as you guys can see, it's actually a newer map, but it's one of those maps that I don't like to traverse too much. Though the aesthetics of it remind me of like when I lived in Washington State. I did live there for about 3 years, and it was a beautiful state when I lived there. It was very green, kind of like this, very mountainous. And this is what this place reminds me of. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our first official tissue. What are you doing, bro? You just going to stay there chilling? Okay. So we're going to take our first outpost. We'll start there. And then we'll take it from that spot on. What the hell was that? That seemed very close. Alright, we got time. Alright, so we have what, 1 second?
This defense isn't a good offense.
Perfect.
It's a Zed killing monster truck.
So now what we're gonna do is build a still so we can get water. And then once the still is built, we can build this to a level 2 while we're at it. Because we need to be able to heal our people. Let's get rid of that clown. Let's kind of silently traverse this area and take care of these clowns, hopefully without them. Whoa, where'd you come from, my dude? You guys saw that? That dude was on another level. Another level right there.
Good.
They try to play all prime out. That's crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead and claim our outpost.
Yo, the new outpost is prepped and good to go.
And we're actually going to make this a level,
You know, come to think of it,
level 2
I can
problem.
see how we might improve this place even more.
And we are, actually. We're going to go ahead and eat the cost, make this a level 2. We won't get rid of this anytime soon. So none of those irreplaceable outposts, but we kind of need the food so that we can sustain ourselves, at least until we can get that hydroponics built. So let's build this as well. Now we're a little bit on the safer side here. Alright, so this is also level 2, which means we can put rust sacks away right here on the spot, which is a beautiful thing. Watch this, boom.
Here.
Perfect. And now we can loot this area up while we wait and consider our next move.
Nothing left here.
Which to me is going to probably be attacking a few of these plague hearts so we can breathe. But the problem with attacking the plague hearts at this moment, in this time, is that we don't have a disruptor, which is not a problem. But then we'll have the problem of them creating sieges on us. So we got to be kind of mindful of that. But it's hard for them to create a siege when we own this outpost right here. It's kind of blocking most sieges. No, stop playing. Stop. Oh, what the?
Outpost right here.
Did you walk through the door? Oh man, these zombies are getting too powerful, man. I'm sorry. They're beyond tough nowadays.
Oh, that was dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb, but that's okay. We'll deal with it.
And we're all done.
I ain't worrying about it because we have... Okay, good. The still's built. We can produce water. The infirmary is level 2 as well. So let's go ahead and... we can level this up, which we should. Let's get water first. That'll give us a huge morale boost. Boom. And then we're going to go ahead and level that up. And let's see if we can build a hydroponics, which we can, which is a beautiful thing. And that's going to offset the cost of our food. The next thing we're going to do is break this thing down. And probably I don't know what I'm gonna build there because I need to take a spot, a house with an outpost with a house, so that we can offset the bed cost. But I mean, we don't have to. We don't have to do that either. We can make a barracks that can take care of that for us, or we can actually turn one of these shelters into a... Yeah, you know what? That's actually a better idea. Let's go ahead and turn this off. I have an idea, my dudes. This is going to work out. Hold my beer. We should have... Yep, here we go. A red talon bunker. Boom. We'll turn that into a red talon bunker. And this... If I wish I had another red talon bunker, to be honest with you, because we can put 2 red talon bunkers and we'll straight to go. And I might be calling the vendor over just to do just that. That's not a bad idea. That way I can use that big slot for something else besides what it wants me to use it for. So I'm thinking, we're going to make another phone call here. Call our Red Talent homeboys and get them involved so we can buy another bunker.
All quiet.
And won't have a problem with beds anymore, I don't think. We'll see. So we're going to pick everything up because we're kind of low on everything.
You don't know me yet, but you really want to come out and meet up with me. How about it?
Ooh, very nice. A lot of building materials. I ain't saying no to that. Where the hell are you, lady? Who are you talking to? Where are you? Eagle Eye Ren Stash. Ted. Nah, we're not doing that, Ted. You got a hit job on you. Nah, we're not. We're not going over there. Wandering Trader. She's a network. Hey, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Oh no, we already have a network antenna. Never mind. We're not worrying about that. I was about to get happy, but I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I think I already have that. Alright, let's now we're not worrying about going anywhere. We're just gonna loot this area
here.
while we build our base up. And I am contemplating you know what? Let's not do this. I'm contemplating what's the word I'm looking for? Good Lord, I went blank. I'm contemplating calling the Red Talent vendor. That's what I wanted to say. Good God. Looks like yeah, my coffee ran out. So I'm going back to Neanderthal Prime because of my thought processes. So, but yeah, we're just like I said, we're building our base up. We're kind of
All done here.
getting everything situated so we can stabilize the issues that we have going on, which are resources being completely drained by the amount of people that we
All
have.
clear.
And to be honest with you, I don't really have a good mechanic, but we have a mechanic nevertheless. You know what I mean?
Better keep moving.
I could definitely use a better mechanic. So, Kyra has recovered from fatigue. That's perfect. We'll be using her. Okay, so we got 16 minutes, 10 minutes, and 2 minutes. This is going to decide everything right here. And I think this thing provides 5 beds. 5 beds. And we're -5. So it should balance us out. It should. I would love to have another one of Red Talon bunkers because you put them side by side like that. And then we're going to have 10. We have nothing to worry about in terms of like space. That'd be awesome. We need to recruit one more person. I just don't know what the hell they're going to be. And if I can find a better mechanic, I will take one gladly. We need to clear this up. And we're already level 2 infirmary. We don't need to go any further than that with that. And we're making the still. We have water. We have power. Man, we're doing all right. We're just waiting on this to kick in. And that should stop our suck of food. We're sucking quite a bit, actually. So we're losing 10 a day. That's a lot of food being bled out. Medicine, we're losing 2 a day. Everything else, we're good on. So, we're going to try.
Creek spotted.
We're going to try to augmentate the loss of food and the loss of meds. That's the two things that we need to really be concerned with right now. And I'm hoping that hydroponics can solve most of our problems. I don't know if it can. We may need another level 2 food
Okay, then.
depot. We'll see. We'll see how much food we're going to create. If we create a good amount, we're going to be straight. If we don't, then I'll have to take action. I'm just hoping that we have enough food
No room for that.
in this area to sustain us until we're done building everything up. And until I'm completely set, I'm not going to attack. Because that's foolhardy, right? I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I'd rather attack when I'm at the very best versus attacking when I'm not. And I shouldn't even have anything in my pockets because we're totally protected right now. I should just get rid of everything I have in my pockets and just concentrate on looting and getting as many items ferried over to our outpost and base as quickly as possible. That's what we should be worrying about. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I think we're doing pretty good so far. But we haven't even begun the fight yet. So, in all reality. Alright, so we got that.
It's good, but
I think
let's keep quiet anyway.
we looted everything but this thing. Yep. Boom, we got it. Okay, good. Let's see how we're doing on the whole bed situation. We're bunked gut. Our bunks are good. Though I could get rid of that if I wanted to, right? And we don't have anything to put in this slot, which is unfortunate. We don't. See, we don't have any. We haven't found any of the cool mods to put in there, which sucks, in my opinion. Let's put a pallet here, because we're still waiting on 2 things to build. That'll give us slightly better. How much can we store here? I'm just curious. It says here we can store 55. We have 68, so we're still waiting on these things to finish building before we can do anything really in all reality. So we're kind of stuck like Chuck, unfortunately. Okay, no problem. We could wait, hold on. What the hell's going on here? How is there?
This place looks empty.
Oh, there is something in the back. Okay, I'm about to lose it. I'm about to say, hold on a minute. Thought I looted all this, but I didn't. Let's loot this up.
Oh, there's nothing.
Sometimes there's loot in these containers. Sometimes there isn't. Not today, I don't think. No. Okay. Man, oh man, I love these minefields. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna
I don't
ferry
want that screamer blowing chunks on me.
most of the stuff back to our hideout. We're gonna remove the supplies that we have because we're about to run out of our bonus. When we run out of that thing, it's gonna suck. So before we run out of it, I want to make sure that we pull all our supplies out because we have a lot of building supplies. You guys see that? So we got to push it to the point where there's 55 supplies. No more, no less. But I think 60. But the way you do it, right, is to go over here, come over this way, go right here, and pick up, take to the rucksack, take 5. That should reduce to 63. And we're going to put everything out here and store it so we don't lose it, because we're about to lose our bonus. Then you get like 30 minutes or so, and then things start to break. If you don't have the supplies, the game starts to punish you for having more supplies than you're supposed to have. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take everything out so that doesn't happen. We're at 58. We're gonna hold 55, but we are putting a pallet, which gives us 5. I don't know how long it takes to install a pallet though, and I don't want to risk losing these valuable supplies because they're very valuable. So we'll take one more out, and then we're gonna be pretty good. It's starting to get nighttime. Night cycle's about to come on us. Let's go ahead and remove one more just to be safe. We should be at 53. Perfect. We are good to go. All right. So let's set this in play. So as you guys can see, we have a healthy amount of supplies thanks to this ambulance. What do we have here? Nothing. Okay, perfect. And you, yeah, we're good. We're like ready for war in this car. All right, so we're gonna move on to the edge of our circle of trust here, and we're gonna use the circle of trust / minefield to our benefit. So we're gonna try. Oh God, I thought that was a bloater. All right, so let's park here. Motor effect coming, but they won't survive the minefield. Okay. And we're actually shifting to the night cycle right now. But I'm gonna wait till it gets a little bit dark before we leave. Unfortunately, we have nothing we can loot here. That sucks.
Okay.
Donkey balls. That's upsetting. There might be a few vehicles here that we can loot. Maybe. Nope. Wow. They gave us the banana on this one, my dudes. We didn't get nothing to loot here. We did make a nice little circle of trust. We're going to keep the vehicle at the edge of the minefield. And this is kind of like what I was talking about, dead zones. This is a pretty big dead zone right here. And it gets bigger. See that? So, if you get caught here, you don't have a whole lot of options except this wall. And that can deplenish your stamina pretty quickly with a new character. And put yourself in a really bad predicament, per se. So, all this, see what I mean? These dead zones is what I'm talking about. Drucker County, Mega Valley, and this map are notorious for having these dead zones. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'm talking about notorious. How come I can't loot this? What the hell's going on here? That was weird. Do I have to stand up to loot that? It didn't give me the prompt. Let me see. There you go. That was weird. It didn't give it to me earlier, though. That was super rare. I gotta watch that bloater. Great. We can't loot everything. Alright, we'll be back. We'll take this back. So, yeah, we're just playing the game kind of like... I'm waiting on timers, really. And we're going to do a little exploring probably on the next episode. And we're going to formulate a plan of attack together. And then we're going to start jacking the hearts up, which is... Once we start, it's going to be very difficult for us to stop. And I say that because... the position that we're going to be in, we don't have a disruptor anywhere near us. That's a billboard. I think this is a cell phone tower. So probably the smart move for us to do is to, if we're going to attack hearts, we attack them this way. We'll start pushing out this way so we can get our hands on this right here. And that's going to alleviate a little bit. I'm talking about a little bit of the pressure that the game's going to try to throw at us. But
The best defense isn't a good offense. It's a Zed killing monster truck.
But we're
Shall I
gonna
get
be
to work?
we're gonna be in that position. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and continue. No, I shouldn't do this. I'm gonna hold off on that until we build the hydroponics. I want to know what our food situation is before I start building that. And how we're doing on meds. We're actually sitting pretty good on meds. What we're not sitting good at for some reason is ammo. So we're gonna fix that problem. We'll start creating some ammo. But before we do that, I want to put that press on there. And then we're going to start crafting some ammo. So we'll start doing that next. Because we're only at 12. That's not good. That's no bueno. Alright. So let's loot this last little bit of stuff that we have over here. And then we're going to call this episode done. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this content, I am throwing this out a little bit early to my join members as a treat. What can I was about to say, bro, what's going on? Alright, let's go ahead and take you out first. Take you out second. Alright, good. And like I said, hopefully you guys are enjoying this content. I will be continuing this series right now, as it looks like maybe 4 times a month. I will have access to this series a little bit early to my join members. I don't know if I'm going to continue to upload it to Rumble, as I've been doing in the past. I'm still kind of in the fence about it. Because, to be honest with you, the algorithm over there is about as great as the algorithm here on YouTube. So it's like, bro, you can't be discovered by anybody. Unless you, I guess you have to pay for their, you know, for them to advertise you, I guess. You have to pay $9.99, and or else nobody really sees your channel. And it's kind of like over here, my channel is undiscoverable, and I say that with great confidence because if you type in, let's say CONGRE and stop, you see nothing on your search box. XES, you see nothing on your search box. You even spell out most of Prime and it doesn't show up as a suggestion. So that tells you that my channel is being suppressed pretty goddamn hard, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Somebody told me it's because it resembles like Congress and Prime Minister or something like that. They think that my channel is political in some way, shape, or form. But clearly in my description it says I'm a gaming channel, so I don't know why the algorithm would think that. But, you know, I thought about rebranding for a long time. It may happen. It may change to like Congrex's Gaming or Prime Gaming. I don't know. It may change in the future. I might have to make that switch because even Rumble doesn't promote my channel in any way, shape, or form. So I got zero discoverability there. Even if I'm dropping content on a daily basis over there, like I was doing for like 3 months, it changed absolutely nothing. I got the same amount of people following me there as I've had in the past, and here, well, you know, it is what it is. I get lucky sometimes, and sometimes I don't. Anyway, my dudes, we may be cutting this season of State of Decay too short, depending on these next 2 videos. Hopefully, when we get to episode 50, I will analyze the situation, and if I'm only getting not too much interaction for these videos, then we're going to go ahead and just put State of Decay 2 on the shelf until State of Decay 3 comes out. Or, hey, man, I get a whole bunch of likes and a bunch of comments, and you guys are super ecstatic that you are watching the content. And then we'll, you know, we'll assess. We'll keep going until, you know, I can't no more. So, hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. And on even doing content, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. You guys have a great day or night. Light, love, and peace. Congrexes. Checking out.